Let's have a look then at this battle and how it was fought yesterday with Peter Snow. Peter.
And David, it's a three-party battle, and it has been a real three-party battle. That's why we've got a three-party battleground here. Now, here are their positions in the old House of Commons. The Labour Party, 400 or so of them over here. Here are the Tories, and there are the Liberal Democrats. And between the parties, we've drawn lines representing the battlefronts between them. The nearer MPs in the old House are to the lines there, the more vulnerable they were to each other. So here's one Tory battlefront here with the Labour Party, and there's another Tory battlefront over there with the Liberal Democrats. And the nearer those MPs are, here, for example, is Tim Collins in Westminster and Lonsdale, very, very near the edge there, very vulnerable to the Liberal Democrats. So that is the picture of our battleground before this election. Now, here's what happened. There you are. I'm now forecasting what actually happened in each of those seats. And you can see how fascinating it is how the parties interrelate. A battle there between the Conservatives and Liberal Democrats, sort of undecided, with the Conservatives holding off the Liberal Democrat thrust, except for Tim Collins going down, and the Liberal Democrats being slightly invaded by the Tories. Go then over to the Tory-Labour battleground over here, and you see the Tories making inroads into Labour, as you'd expect over here, because, of course, they have really been gaining an odd 30 seats or so at the expense of Labour. And then look at the other one, the other battleground, the battlefront between the Liberal Democrats and Labour. And you can see the Liberal Democrats making some incursions there into Labour territory. But there's not much fertile ground there for the Liberal Democrats. They haven't had many Labour MPs to aim at. Right, now then, let's swing it round and look again at that very important Conservative Liberal Democrat battlefront. And of course there's a swingometer that precisely describes the relationship between the Tories over here and the Liberal Democrats over there. Now here's our swingometer, and this is what happened in the seats on this swingometer. Very little is the answer actually happened. That's been the Liberal Democrats' problem. They haven't been winning many seats. The swing to the Liberal Democrats was only something like 1.5%. Very, very few seats going down. In fact, the Tories winning Liberal Democrat seats over here. So that wasn't a great success for the Liberal Democrats. Let's now look at the other battleground that they have, the battleground with Labour. Well, here indeed they have picked up some Labour seats, as you can see. There's a lot of gold in there among those red men, but there's not very much on the swingometer for them either, as you can see here. Here are those vulnerable Labour MPs here, these red ones. Here's the swing to the Liberal Democrats coming up now, a swing of about 5%, turning one or two of these Labour MPs, as you can see, gold here, actually about 4 or 5 of them altogether, but there aren't many Labour MPs there very vulnerable. Right, let's go back down here. So not a great success in winning actual MPs, in winning seats from each other. The Liberal Democrats not succeeding very well in winning seats from Labour. Now, just watch what happens when we now watch the movement, and you will see the movement in the new House of Commons. This is the new Parliament. Ahead of the next election, look how the Labour Party is being dragged towards the Liberal Democrat battlefront at the top of the picture there. Now, what's actually happened then is that for the next election, the whole marginality and vulnerability situation has changed. The Liberal Democrats have pulled the Labour Party towards them, and so next time they sit there with a much better advantage, more vulnerable Labour MPs to attack in the next election. So the Liberal Democrats' achievement here is, yes, a few extra seats, 10, 12 extra seats, but a changing in the electoral undercurrent, pulling the Labour Party closer, making them more vulnerable to them for next time.
Peter, thank you very much. Well, that's the battle for the next election, which presumably is 5, 6, 7, 8, 2009.